couple of things to do today, and a really big topic to talk about with these wedge trailers, because seriously, it is getting so ridiculous seeing all the videos of people who buy a wedge trailer and are just either downright lazy, ignorant, don't know what they're doing. But it's getting quite sad seeing how many accidents we're getting with these wedges. So we're going to talk about that in this video and get a couple of things done as well. So let's get to the storage unit and figure this out. All right, so a little bit, I do kind of want to go over the setup with what we are doing here, because I do, like, there's one more thing I want to do under the hood today, one or two, but the organization has been kind of crazy. So besides this little guy here, I've been keeping everything, sometimes stuff falls out, but I've been keeping everything in these little bins here. And these have made it really, really easy for, like, when I want to put the kids in here, I'm able to take this stuff out. So it kind of works out that way. Now, the reason I talk about organization, obviously you can see, like, I have all my bins back here. Everything's organized, everything's neat for the most part. Now, DOT very much so looks at how clean your truck is on the inside. And like, obviously every day I come in here and I drive, you know, I always put my backpack in the middle. I have my 2 sandwiches down here. So I used to keep the sandwiches like up in the front here, or I do that now because back, it's kind of cold now. So anytime I use the cooler, the stuff likes to freeze. So besides that, you know, I'll throw my coat over here and my gloves and whatnot. But for the most part, everything in the truck, you need to keep yourself organized. I do want to get that dash camera mounted and wired up. It is mounted, but not wired. So definitely keep that in mind. Keep my 2 car seats back here. Some tools I'll keep back here. You don't want to do what I was doing last week. I had the exhaust and gooseneck hitch in there because it was for sale and it sold. I had to drop that stuff off, so that's basically it. But you guys get the point. Keep your shit organized, keep it clean. DOT likes to see that kind of stuff. The only thing is, little things. Let me get the hood popped on this thing and we'll go over the last thing I want to do under the hood of this thing, because for now, everything is pretty much done other than those battery terminals, which we'll see when they get here if they're going to be a good investment. So need to get 2 new battery terminals, and I want to take this oil pressure wire right here. I want to take that and I want to run it back here. So I need to find out if there's any more slack. I need to get rid of anything that melted to it. You guys can see definitely wasn't happy about it. So I need to pull that stuff off. But ultimately, everything under the hood is done. We just need to finish up the VGT controller to make that 100%, and then the exhaust brake feature. So that will be it. And then this thing's all well and good. And a front main. But none of that stuff matters. The front main we need to do, but other than that, killer dowel pin was done, tuning and whatnot, so everything's good. The whole fuel system was rebuilt, so that's all nice, and we don't have any more fuel system issues. So I haven't run waste oil on this thing in probably like 10 tanks. Keep in mind I have a 140-gallon tank, so at 10 tanks, you know, average of like 100 gallons at least, probably 1,000 gallons I haven't run it, and for some reason the filters, it seems to clog it every now and again, so maybe we're just getting all that shit through. I've noticed a lot of guys with the new trucks don't get any shit for rigging everything, and I'm here to call that out, because you have something like this, which is nice and does what it needs to do every day, does a lot more than it was ever created to do. And then you have guys in new trucks running around with check engine lights. You have guys running around with half-assed wiring for like fridges and inverters and stuff like that. Nobody ever talks about that. You have guys out here, this is a topic I want to talk about here as well. You have guys with wedge trailers with brand new trucks, 2022 Ram 3500s. Doesn't matter. These guys are putting the car on top. You'll see guys that'll run a wedge trailer or even the 3-car version of this that has the over the deck, and these guys will run 1 car on top when there's nothing else. So that is a no-no, and insurance is really going to start cracking down on this stuff, and this is why car hauling insurance is so expensive, because guys do that and then they roll them. So check out this video here of this guy like on his side with a brand new truck. It's kind of a shame. He put a lifted truck on the top, it looks like, and then just rolled it over. So that's kind of sad. Seems like the older truck guys out here are causing less damage than the new truck guys. So that's pretty serious to think about. Don't be like that guy. Like I said, if you're gonna run a wedge, don't be an idiot, don't be ignorant. Learn, don't put your vehicle all the way up at the front. You guys can see this is a flatbed trailer here, okay? I can put a car wherever I want and have no side effect, no issues. If you put it too far up, you'll just have a little bit of tongue weight. You put it too far back and it'll just lift, it'll take weight off the truck. On this, you can do that. On a Wedge, you can't do that. So, end rant there, that's for you guys. Let's get to wiring and figuring out what's going on. Like I said, I just want to reroute this and get it away from that exhaust manifold. So it turns out I did not actually have enough wiring to get it all the way over here, so I just, for now, I'm gonna put it back behind the intake. I see a lot of guys doing worse things. Yeah, at some point I would like to run this the whole way back around and then come up through. Kind of like what we have going on with this guy here that runs all the way down and under, so it's nice and neat. So, I mean, a lot of the stuff that was in this thing, like, I took a lot of time to make sure everything was done correctly and as organized as possible. The only thing I can't seem to find out is the leaks. I don't know if we have a head gasket going, because I don't see coolant like anywhere in this engine bay, and it just loses coolant. And then also the front main, we definitely need to do the front main at some point. Besides those two things, I really can't find anything. Some Remflex. I would love to throw some exhaust manifold gaskets in here, but the turbo's been great. No rebuild on the turbo. I still haven't done a rebuild on it, and it's just kicking. Might just be because of an exhaust leak, I don't know. A big deal. Loving the new spot for this, easy to access. Now we need to do, let's see here, a nice power wire. Everything's all taken care of there. Nice and organized. That's how DOT loves your equipment to be. So let's get that closed. Now we need to get the next best thing. We need to get this guy wired in, and then I need to go get a thing for it. Don't buy cheap knives on Amazon, apparently. There's a bolt there. Guess my bolt fell out. It's a shame, I really liked this thing. It's my favorite thing I've ever bought. You know what? Pull out the pliers. Got your knife. Even comes with screwdriver bits. I love this thing. I'm gonna have to find a new bolt for it. I'm gonna scrap this other knife and use that for parts, because why not? Here's what we're doing now. Getting that thing pushed on, because I absolutely love my magnets. All right, let me know what you guys think. Here is the Easy Pass. Does that actually work? Because I put it down there a couple times and it worked. So let's see if up there works. Doesn't block that at all. That doesn't go any further anyway. Apparently these things don't read when you block them. Like, I put it over here and it didn't work. And I hate these little tabs on the back. I lost the other ones anyway, so magnet it is. Love these things. Like, a little expensive, but super nice to have. Use that one. I put my phone there for a GPS, and I put mine over there so I can watch videos and do other things. Now, I can't stress the importance of having a dash camera. I used to have one. I broke it back when I did the 12-valve swap, and it was charging 18 volts. It actually fried it. So we're gonna try this new one. They're not sponsoring me. I bought this one on my own. It's a Rove. I'll let you guys know how it is. And for the other hundreds of companies that have been messaging me about dash cameras and overhead lights like that, and you know, just stop it. The chances of me reviewing a product that I don't use is slim to none. And if you send me a product and I say, hey, you know, I might review it, we'll see if I like it, and then you sign me up for your mailing list, I will then never do a review on your product. It's just, it's uncalled for. I'm so tired of getting emails. It's annoying. Also, scanners. I have a scanner and it's like, I have no need for it. So when I do wiring, I like to make it disappear. Now this was factory wiring. This was already in here when I got it. This is the wiring you get when you go to wire in cab lights. You guys can see these guys here. So that's factory, at least I believe. I wasn't the one who did it. It's just there. So basically we'll run it down the pillar. I'll probably loom this one day, but maybe in the next 10 years. I like to make wiring disappear, as I was saying. Like, I want it to not look like I ever I ever was here. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run this all the way through the dash, and then I'm gonna find a spot, like you guys can see I have a connector here. So this plugs in. Now, it then goes underneath all stealthily, and there is another connector that is down hidden in here. So I'm going to actually hide it under the center console where it's plugged in at, and then you'll never see it. So the only wire you're gonna see is this guy here, because I like hiding my wires and making it look neat. I hate wiring. I hate wires anywhere, period. That's why I neatened up the engine bay. All right, now we have a camera. The only downside is we do not have an SD card, so we need to do that. I got all this set up. At some point, I'm gonna drill this hole out back behind here and then run this wire back behind. But for now, we have that there. So this is plugged in. That one's plugged in there. And then we have down here, there's one, and then it's all hidden back underneath of that. So, works for me. Nice and clean. And at some point we still have, I don't know, yeah, you can't see it. There was the AC compressor. There's a switch back down in there. So I'm gonna get this all cleaned back up. All right, so I took this one apart, just took the screw out of that. Had to drill the hole out a little bit because the screws in these are short, whereas these were long. So I drilled the hole out. So it sits in there a little bit, you know, you can see how that one sticks out a lot more. So now my cheap China knife works great. And my Husky, you know, all I did was just take off one of the bolts. So this is just Husky, so whatever, that works. All right, here we are. So besides the fact that there isn't a phone right here, this is where I normally put my phone. There's two phones. Sorry about the glare. I decided to park in the sun for some reason. So mounted, this guy's mounted. We have this guy working. We have our charger for here. I need to get like something to go in here, because basically I have all the wires hidden for the, like this charger down here. I have that hidden. Like I said, I'll get the back of this drilled out so that I can run this wire and get this one here. And then this will be for the AC, which I'm gonna try to fill this in a little bit better, but this will be for the AC. I'm just not worried about it right now. We have a cable coming that was sent to me. So we're gonna have it was like 80-inch of a throttle cable, not a choke cable, a throttle cable. They're a lot smoother, so we're gonna have one up here for the exhaust brake. I'm gonna get a second one to open the turbo as well, because there are times where the exhaust brake does stick, which can get annoying, but we'll have that mounted on the shifter. Now that will be a temporary. I wanna get the idea down and make sure that it's going to work. And when we know it works, then we'll go ahead and start messing with air and whatnot. So we'll have some air lines ridden up here and whatnot. So we'll get a whole new shifter assembly. That is definitely in the plans. And besides that, everything's back here organized. I keep this just in case I ever need it. I can hook my jump pack up to this, and then this works with 12 volts. So obviously, you know, not for like super long time, but it is nice to have on me. Set that back down there. And bins, I can take these out whenever I have the kids. Makes life so much easy. This is one reason I really like to be home every day. As for, I've been told, you know, a couple times, hey, does it make sense being home every day? And I can tell you that when I'm out running, when I was doing OTR and what I'm doing now, I make about the same amount of money. Because what happens with OTR is I gotta spend money idling the truck every night. I gotta spend more money on maintenance because I'm idling. I would have to spend more money on food, showers, all stuff that's unnecessary. Not to mention I have to get a scale ticket every single load. I would also have to do a lot more driving because I'd have to pick up 3, drive all the way somewhere, drop 3, pick up 3, and so on and so forth. Whereas with this, I'm picking up 1. Every load that I do goes through 81 or 76 or 78, which is basically the same thing. So any of those, I have to pass the storage unit that I park my trailer in to go home. So the routing is super perfect. As for that, I've cut my expenses down a lot. Now I am running the turnpike a lot more, and fuel is just ungodly expensive up here in PA. So I feel like I kind of broke even there because now I'm not spending money on food and all the other bullshit. Now I'm spending money on the tolls because I don't like running the scales, because even if I'm fully legal, which I am 99% of the time, they can still hound you and keep you in a scale house for like so long. So it's like, it's stupid. I was in the scale house for like over an hour the other day for what? For an oil leak. That was what they got me for. So it's just absolutely stupid. I'll take the turnpike. and the expense of fuel, I'm going to spend the same amount of money. I'm going to make the same amount of money, but the difference is I'm home every day and I'm sleeping in my own bed. That is worth it to me 100%. So can you do this locally? Absolutely. Are you going to make $1 million? Absolutely not. That's not going to happen. So for the guys that are wondering, what exactly am I doing out here? So I told you guys that this is basically just a scale of I'm recording everything to do with my life. With that being said, I'm doing these videos mainly for me. Yes, it's nice that I get paid for it, but a lot of it is tracking my progress. And a lot of guys have asked, so what do you really want to do? I said I wanted to get my authority. I do not want to build a massive trucking company. That was never the goal. I want to get my own authority, and if I lease my brother on, that might be the extent of it. If I get a couple of drivers, that might be the extent of it, and that would just be people that I know. I will never have a huge trucking company. It's not going to happen. My authority, yes. Still going ahead and getting trailers. That's going to happen as well. I will lease out trailers, mainly to people I know, but I will also, get contracts and all that stuff when the time, when everything's all said and done. And you can follow this back to any old video. Like, this is a completely consistent basis. Everything I said I'm going to do is written down, and it is going to get done. Nothing's changed. Just follow the old stuff that I have said, and it's a very consistent case. All right, so we replaced the bracket on, oof, this light is weird. So we replaced the bracket on the pump. Starts right up. Now, the only thing I don't, like, it's really smooth. The only thing I don't like about it is that it pulls the plastic out. So I want to find a way to, like, screw that in. See what I mean? It like pulls the plastic out. So other than that, we'll figure it out. I'm gonna maybe see about putting a screw in here. All right, obviously I need to replace, this motor's gonna get replaced eventually, so it's gonna get a new P pump. Now that's taken care of. I need, a little dirty, but I need to talk to you guys about this, okay? In addition to getting another truck at some point we're gonna be getting another trailer. I told you guys this. Once this trailer is absolutely perfect, I'll get another one. Something that I've been telling you guys about budgeting. Like, if you're gonna go buy something that you want, buy something that's gonna make you money first to pay for that thing that you want, okay? I really want a 5500. Obviously right now I can't afford it. It's gonna be like 6 months to a year before I can get one, okay? But it could also be 6 months to a year till I buy another trailer. So what I could do is buy another trailer, lease it out, make the payments for the new truck, or I just buy the new truck with cash. But that's going to be the thing. So I will be leasing the trailers out eventually, like I was saying earlier in the video. But like, that's something to use in example with your own life. If you're going to buy something that's not going to make you money, like say you want to go buy a nice car or something, or whatever, buy something first that will make you money, and then use that money to go buy the thing that you wanted. So one of those lessons that I've been watching a bunch of bullshit on. I've been like learning personal finances for like the past year. We're coming up actually on the year mark, so I've been getting a lot better with finances and learning like what makes sense, what doesn't make sense. All right, I have successfully done it. You guys can see here, all I gotta do is pull on it. Look at that. And then it doesn't pull out of its home. Cool. Look at that. Then whether or not it holds prime, I don't know what the stipulation with that is. I don't want to push my luck with it, like holding prime overnight. I'd love to be able to, as the factory intended, but I'm not going to push my luck. I'm just happy I can shut it off now. So that's the exhaust brake going on out there, which I have found that the turbo is okay. I think that it's probably just a exhaust leak in the manifold. So I'm going to order some Remflex gaskets tomorrow and just throw them on, and that should take care of my exhaust manifold leaks 100%. So while we let this piggy idle in the background, I know there's a couple of people concerned, I let the account drain down and this and that. There was some people genuinely concerned, hey, you doing good? How are you, whatnot. Just people who genuinely care, okay? I do want to say, anytime my bank account goes to zero, which is very, very rare, or even negative, it's never all that I have. I've been investing heavily in crypto this entire year and last year, and I always have that to fall back on. Not that I'll touch it, but it's one of those, basically I'm looking at that as my investment account for now until I get the chance to invest in some other things, but I'm never at ground zero. We always have a backup plan no matter what. If I didn't have any extra income coming in, I would absolutely be forced to sell, and that would suck, especially because I bought when the market was down, so everything's going up. So I'm planning on making thousands these next couple of months. Hopefully it all works out. But just to let you guys know, the guys that were genuinely concerned, don't worry about it. I definitely appreciate you guys. We do have money coming in. I have like 2,200 bucks coming tomorrow, or somewhere around there, 2,200 bucks I believe it is. And we also have the YouTube check coming at the end of the month. We also have the white truck for sale. So all said and done, we should be able to recoup. I'm also owed another $3,000 from the company I'm leased under as well. So ultimately, like, we have probably about $11,000 or $12,000 in limbo. So appreciate you guys for being concerned and asking. And yeah, if like I said, we got this budgeting thing down to a T, and finances are definitely on the strong side. We will prevail. We'll rebuild. It's not a big deal. Yes, I need the white truck sold though. That is gonna be a game changer, because if I can get paychecks on top of selling the white truck, dude, we're gonna be good. We're gonna hit that $10,000 by the end of the month, easy, if that white truck sells. So someone make me some offers, and it's 2-wheel drive. That's pretty much gonna do it for this video. As always, end of the video, go check out my, look at that, awesome. Go check out my Amazon affiliate links down below. If you guys need any 12-valve parts, you got fuel plates, you got governor springs, you got headlights, taillights, fenders, you got cab lights up top, all that stuff. Go check it out. You get a good deal on that stuff, and I get a kickback of it. Let's also recap on this. Don't run a wedge trailer if you're going to be ignorant and don't know how to actually run it. If you're one of those guys that are running them up in the front, one car up at the front, don't do it. I can do it on my trailer because it's a flatbed. I don't have to worry about it. But when you're running a wedge and you're putting a car over top, I see it multiple times every single day. And every one of those people, I don't want to throw insults out here, but you're going to kill somebody. Stop it. So, hope you guys enjoyed. See ya.